guys, so I totally missed a video yesterday. Hence why I am dropping on today to say hey. I was out here, had the camera out trying to do another video for the other channel, and boom, thought, let's say hi to you beautiful people. So yesterday was a great day. Didn't go as planned, kind of, because I kind of thought I'd be working until 7 o'clock, but I didn't end up working until 7 o'clock. So instead, I got to enjoy my family. My brother and his wife came in from out of state, and we did dinner and hung for a minute, and I came home with a total diabetic coma. Seriously. My sugar was so high. I struggled even just getting home. It was horrible. And anybody that has diabetes can tell you that it's a pain. It's a pain when you eat too much sugar because your body tells you. So that happened. Got home, came in, literally sat down for a minute, and I was like, I can't. So I went to bed. I was in bed by probably 8 o'clock, to be honest. It was nice. And I slept, and I slept, and I slept some more. Thank God I wasn't working today because I really didn't want to go to work. But I have all the energy in the world to do all kinds of recording today, so here you go. My glass kind of gave a glare in here. Let's see if I can fix that. I think it's the window's open, so forgive me. It was nice to see my brother. Like, I have 2 amazing brothers, and don't get me wrong, I have other siblings as well, but they are my, what they would call biological brothers. Not that I love the others any less. I just tend to keep in touch with them more, maybe. I don't know, and I know that's not right. Forgive me. But it was nice to see my brother and his wife and the one niece. The other 2 nieces have, done the grown-up thing and doing their own thing. So the other has too, but she had the weekend off, and this is her birthday thing. So happy birthdays to her. But it was nice to get to see my brother and just go enjoy a meal, eat too many sweets, and then recoup for 12 hours. It was a good time to see my mom smile like that. One thing about when she moved back from Florida, her goal was to be able to spend time with us kids and be near to us kids. And my one brother is the only one that's not close, relatively close, I mean, he's probably, I think it's 6 or 7 hours up. And it's just nice to be able to see everybody, and for her to be able to see everybody. I have a picture that I guess they took this morning before they left out, and my mom's smiling so big, and it's just good to see that. It warms my heart to know that she's getting that love and care from all of us, and that she gets that time, because it's definitely not guaranteed at any time. So I'm going to treasure the times that I get to see her like that. It's just kind of amazing. Kind of funny because when I was younger, and we're gonna just kind of have an open chat today, but when I was younger, I'll be honest, I was kind of the brat child. I was the only girl. I was the baby. For the longest time, I was the only grandchild. So I was kind of a brat. I'm not even gonna deny it. A spoiled little heather. Things happened, and I kind of had to take life over differently when I grew up. A lot of things, just kind of changed the way I thought and the way I felt. When you're young and dumb, you get into relationships. My first relationship was horrible. Probably the biggest learning curve of my life. Undoubtedly the biggest learning curve. And my relationships with my family wasn't the best. It wasn't the strongest. It wasn't the best. Communication. I was kind of still naive and learning in life, and they were all grown up, and I always knew they loved me, don't get me wrong, but we couldn't hang out as we do today. Like, we couldn't have phone calls and conversations like we do today, and the dynamic of our relationship definitely changed probably about the time I got married. I started learning what family was and value was in that. And I really longed and urged for those relationships to be better. And there wasn't any pain or saga with it. You know what I mean? There wasn't an imbalance of mom being available. It wasn't an imbalance of them being available to me. Like, we all just kind of created a new relationship as adults, and that dynamic was amazing. And it was something that I didn't ever think that I would ever have. I thought that I'd kind of really just ruined my chances. So yeah, just a little background on me. I came from my mom and my dad divorced when I was young. My dad remarried. My mom remarried a time or two, or 3 or 4. We still love her. Don't think it's bad, Mom. But so we had always, not only did we have me and my 2 brothers that were always together, like we always lived together, but we had a lot of extended family, and it was great to a certain extent, because I always had a sister that I never would have had. I always had brothers that, were kind and supportive. Matter of fact, one of my greatest influence besides my mom to get into counseling was one of my half brothers. And crazy thing about that is that I didn't really get to spend a lot of time with him growing up, but he was always such an encourager. Like, once I got out on my own and got on my own 2 feet, so to speak, our conversations were very near and dear, and it was just a spectacular relationship. And he always motivated me and encouraged me in ways that I hadn't had. So that relationship and its dynamic was different too, mainly because, I was more open to hear and to listen and to intake that information. And I dove with it, like, he believed in me, so I believed in me. And he added some kind of support that I guess I needed. Can't say that I didn't have it. It was just a different view from him, because maybe it brought us close. I don't know, but it was great. I have my father passed away 2008, and shortly thereafter my stepmom passed away. My mom was with my dad, who my dad, I call him my dad too, because he was just near and dear to me. I really did not care for him in the beginning, but that man at the end of his life was amazing. So I've always had a support system. Once I got out of that stupid, immature, naive stage, I found out that I had a whole bunch of people around me that loved me and cared for me and accepted me for who I was and what I wanted to do, and they always wanted the best for me. And then when there was times that I didn't think that I could do it, I always had that extra push. Like, my mom and my dad would come visit from Florida, like my stepdad, okay, would come visit from Florida, and he would spend hours just sharing his life with me and sharing times with me, and just being amazing. Like, and we would talk about my school, and sorry, it was amazing to see that somebody could accept me through he didn't even know me when I was younger, guys, like, but he knew of my struggles in life, and he never let me put my struggles in front of what I wanted today. Like, he taught me to live for today, that yesterday was everything that we could change, and that's why we do it today. And he was just a great guy, and I know, had he been sitting there last night, that it would have been amazing, So I guess in my heart today, what I want to talk about is those relationships that we've talked about. There's not just struggle in a man and, husband and wife wife and wife, an intimate relationship, there's struggles in most all relationships. And you really have to focus on how you want to make that difference and how you want to make that change. And you have to be open and willing to listen. Like my oldest brother, dear Lord, he probably wanted to kill me I know he wanted to kill me. Like, not really physically kill me, but like kill me. Like I was a pain in the butt. And he shared that with me many times. But as I've gotten older, him and I's relationship is just, I don't know, it's probably one of the best things that I've experienced and I've witnessed and I've seen and I've felt. To know where we were at one point in my life to where we are now. Not to be personal, but I mean, he's the guy that was there when I started my period, That poor man was the one that got me through that initial moment until Mom could get home. And I will never forget that, And I just cannot tell you how important those relationships are. Now, there are some relationships like that are not healthy for you, and sometimes you have to cut those people out. Like, even if you don't cut them out, you kind of have to maybe not involve yourself so much. Like, I try not to hide things on here, but I'll just do it. Like, I have siblings, step siblings great people in their own way, but anything that gives me that drama, that uncomfortable feeling, I've learned to step away from that. I don't have to feed into that. I can love them from a distance and how I love them, and it's still okay, because our parents passed doesn't mean that I don't care. It just means that I don't see them as often. For family functions or whatever, and I'm here if they call. I'm here for them. If they reach out on whatever, a message or whatever, I'm here for them. But it's not healthy because I sometimes will feed into people's drama just because of my heart and who I am. And I don't need to do that. I don't need to put myself through that. I don't need to just play with that playground, And I mean, that's just like you hear about people that have cut their moms or dads or their kids out just to give themselves some space because it wasn't healthy. And it's hard, y'all. It's hard to do that. Like, you never think about growing up and not having, when you get older and having a relationship with somebody you called your mom or dad or sister, brother, or whatever. But when you sit back at the end of the day, you have to think about the healthiness of that relationship, and you have to think about, what it's bringing to you or what it's not bringing to you, and if it's bringing you more harm than good. So you have to start weighing those options, and I think that comes when we start learning, boundaries and what we need in our life. It happens as we grow. And it's some of the struggles that I've talked about. I mean, I don't ever want people to get on here and think that I'm only talking solely intimate relationships, because it's not. It's all relationships, It's every relationship that you're in you have to think about that, And that whole, you have more associates than you do friends, that hits hard with me because it's so true. I used to think that I needed a big crowd around me of friends. I needed my house to be full, and I needed all the people. And then what I learned as I got older is that's not really the case. Like, it's best for me to have this little circle and be healthy mindset, healthy in my heart, healthy all the way around. It's just a better dynamic, and it's better for me to really choose those relationships wisely. So, I've had a lot of heartache in the last, few years with it coming to people that say they love you, and then when you do what's right for you and they don't like it, they don't like it. And that's hard because they've cut me off, and I've never cut somebody off because they did something that they should have done. I've cut people off because they did something to me that was not good or healthy, but not in anything that, well, there was every reason to do that. So, I've had some relationships struggle this year, and I can honestly say at this point in my life that I can't say that I don't care, because I do care, but I'm not going to let it hold me back. I know that the reason, for example, one person is not talking to me is because I had to take things into control and take care of me. And in doing that, it hurt them, I understand, but I didn't do it vindictively, I didn't do it out of anger. I didn't do it out of any reason other than it was the deal we made, and when that deal's not kept, I have to take care of me, and I'm sorry that it hurt them in that way. And I hope that one day they can open up and see, and I hope they don't have to go through what I do to be able to see that. But I would hope that they would have a forgiving heart, and they never have to speak to me again, but I don't want ill will feelings. I don't want that, because I don't want that for them. Again, I didn't do what I did to hurt them. I did it because it was affecting me. It was affecting who I was, affecting my daily life, my health, my thoughts, my feelings, and in that situation, my pocketbook, So I didn't do it out of ill will. I did it because there was a lot to it. And it's, again, those relationships, it makes me value. When I sat last night and I thought about my family and people that love me and care for me and accept me for who I am and support me, that table was amazing. That was a good table to be sitting at last night. It made me feel pretty good. And I can only encourage you that if you have good people in your life that care about you and want the best for you, just to sit back and think about, how that relationship has grown. If you have people in your life that are draining you mentally, physically, monetarily, even if they call you family, it's okay to put that boundary up. It's okay to take care of you. If you have people that expect things out of you but never want to give anything back, it's okay, because, sometimes it's hard, but you have to make those choices. As if it fulfills you and your need, just take care of you, okay? So yeah, I guess today's motto is be happy for healthy relationships. Love the ones that you love. Care for the ones that you care for. And even those that don't talk to you anymore, care for them too. Say an extra prayer, And just be grateful, and don't be blind to the people that you need in your life. So, with that, definitely want you guys to know that I'm not saying don't be family with family, don't love family, but I am telling you to live in the moment, enjoy who you have, whether it's by blood family or people that you call family. Enjoy who you have in your life, okay? Enjoy your friendships that are great. Be okay with the ones that aren't so great and not active in your life. Just make good choices, right? Take care of you. Make sure your relationships are healthy and that they're strong and secure, and all things will be good, right? Or at least we hope. But for now, I'm going to get off of here. This has been a long video, and I'm kind of sorry. No, I'm not sorry about it. But I hope you guys have gotten something from this, that it sparked you to just kind of think about where your relationships are, and think about what I've talked about several times about healthy relationships. So for now, guys, happy Saturday, because I'm normally not here on a Saturday. Happy day for my kitchen, because I normally don't do it in here either. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your weekend, and I will come back to you on Monday. And also, that's my new luggage. Yay! I'm so excited. But you guys, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will be back Monday. Bye, guys.
Don't you see I'm shining? 'Cause when I don't you see I'm shining? 'Cause when